man by her father, and she became so popular that she became the actual focus of the story. And it turned into a great manga. It had about, 10 volumes?
8 to 10, yeah.
Yeah, and it had a wonderful anime, which was 40 episodes long, or basically 39 episodes with the 40th episode being a recap.
Yeah.
A recap, and recap epilogue. And in around the time that it was becoming popular, they made a live action version. There was the Japanese film company and a French film company came together, and they decided to make a live action version of The Rose of Versailles. And unfortunately, it was an epic failure. Now, see, on my end, I personally don't like to put the blame on one person's shoulders. You know, when a project, especially an epic project like this, fails. But I hate to admit it. I got to admit that the film was universally panned, and the main reason why it was panned was because of the actress that they hired to play Lady Oscar. She was played by Patsy Kensit as a little girl. Everyone knows who Patsy Kensit is.
Yeah, she was Michael Hutchins' wife.
Right, and she was also Michael Hutchins, if I'm successor, his girlfriend at one point.
No,
and then I forgot the name of the girl. Do you know the name of the girl who played Lady Oscar as an adult?
No,
Catriona McCall.
Okay, yeah, she was Lady Oscar as an adult, and the reason why it didn't work, and I gotta agree with everybody. She was, it's going to sound weird, but she was too petite, too feminine, and too girly. Lady Oscar, by her look in the manga, and especially in her look in the anime, she was incredibly tall. She was almost as tall as the men that were featured in the anime. You know, her friend Andre, another friend, Alan, and the like. She was very tall, very statuesque, and she was very androgynous. She basically looked like she looked like either a very handsome woman in one respect, or she could have looked like a very beautiful male in another respect. And the actress that they hired to play Lady Oscar, she was like my height. She was, very cute, very pretty.
Very TV.
Shut up. And she just didn't
fit the mold.
No.
Yeah.
And then it made me start to think, who could be, if this movie was remade, if they did another live action version. There is a new movie version of it that has been in the works since 2008. They have a new voiceover actress to be her.
If I may interject.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that reminds me of another movie that I saw that I can't remember what it was, but now I can't remember because I was drinking. So go ahead, continue. I can't remember what it was, so because I've been drinking. So go ahead, continue.
What, the one with the boobs?
No, not that one. You're talking about Udana. No, I'm not talking about Udana.
Oh, please, you spoiled Utana for me. But what?
Have I, Robin?
Yes, you have.
Spoiled it or made it?
Yes, because now every time I look at Utana, whenever there's a nude shot, I hear your voice in my head going, boobies! Like an overgrown 5-year-old. Yeah. But as I was saying about the suprise.
All right. Here's another reason.
I'll finish my statement, but go ahead.
I met the Utana movie, like some of those nude scenes with Utana and Auntie did get me kind of turned on.
Yeah, see?
Kind of hot, yeah.
All right.
There's another. Have nipples.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was another reason why Lady Oscar was a huge flop. Because besides Catriona McCall, the storyline itself, and the way Oscar was treated. In the movie, she was more feminine. And Andre wore the pants in the relationship. Whereas in both the manga and the anime, you're talking about Oscar Francois Desjardins, who not only was androgynous, everybody knew that she was a female.
Yeah,
everybody
knew she was a female.
Everybody knew.
You know what I heard from one of my friends about the reaction to that movie with Kirsten Dunst? He actually almost considered it like Rosa Versailles remake live action thing almost in a way. Just the feel of it. And it's so funny. The anime version of Marie Antoinette in Rosa Versailles, Kirsten Dunst does look a lot like her.
Mm-hmm.
That is an irony, isn't it?
No, I'll tell you this. I remember what I was going to say.
Okay. I'll finish my statement after. Go ahead.
Now, it reminds me of like how they did Wonder Woman in the Batman v Superman movie. See, now anyone who has read the Wonder Woman comic books has known that Wonder Woman was more like, she was a bit more taller, a bit more statuesque.
Yeah, she was an Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. She looked more Amazonish.
Mm-hmm.
She had muscles and everything.
Right.
The actress they had to play Wonder Woman for this movie, a supermodel by the name of Gal Gadot.
Fuck no.
A supermodel by the name of Gal Gadot.
I have no idea.
Israeli model.
Ah. Is she tall? Is she statuesque?
No.
None of that.
No.
Then what's the point?
That's what I said when I first heard about it.
Heard about that Wonder Woman rehash pilot they were going to do. I heard that it was so bad they didn't bother airing it.
Yeah, well, this time they're now throwing it in as canon with Batman v Superman with Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman.
And it's not going to work.
I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer for this. I saw the second trailer for the Batman v Superman movie, and it had Gal Gadot in it.
Uh-huh.
It had her, as like Diana, the rich, like aristocrat, and all the fancy cars and the fancy dresses. Then they showed her in the Wonder Woman outfit, and just like Jesse Eisenberg, people still are trying to warm up to Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. They've already warmed up to Ben Affleck as Batman. They already saw that and was like, that, you know what? He might do an actually good job because Ben Affleck is actually in real life a huge comic book nerd.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what the hell is Doctor Strange about? That might be that potential.
Well, they're gonna do the Black Panther movie first, probably.
Well,
and
I showed what's his face?
Well, this makes me wonder.
Cumberbatch as
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Well, this makes me wonder. Who, just like for me, when it comes to Lady Oscar, if there was a new version of it, the person who I could see being Lady Oscar would be the woman who brought in for season 3 of Orange is the New Black, Ruby Rose. I could see her being Lady Oscar because she's very tall.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, she's very tall. Hey, she's very androgynous. She's beautiful. She can look like a beautiful woman one minute. She can also look like a beautiful man the next minute. I mean, we all saw that video of hers, Break Free, where she was wearing the rubber, woohoo. So she could be Lady Oscar. Now, in your opinion, now that you've seen this Israeli model as Wonder Woman, and you say she's not right for it, because I've never heard of her. Who do you think would be, if they made another movie, a Wonder Woman movie, who do you see as being Wonder Woman?
I would have to say, arguably, Freya Agea from Doctor Who.
Oh, Freya Agyeman?
Freya Agyeman, yeah.
Who?
Freya Agyeman. She played the 10th Doctor's companion. Martha Jones. She was only temporary, though.
She was a doctor? She was one of the doctors?
No, she was one of the Doctor's companions. She was one of the Doctor's companions.
Trying to wake her.
She was one of the. She was a female version of the Doctor.
No, she was the 10th Doctor's companion.
Oh, companion. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she she did quite well. She also did another. She's also doing another show right now. Can't remember what it's called right now. Ryan knows it, but man.
So she's tall enough and statuesque enough to be the Amazon, Diana Prince, Wonder Woman. You could actually see her as Wonder Woman.
I've seen her naked.
Oh God, here we go.
You could make she's yeah.
Down, boy. Down, boy. Heel.
What? What?
Okay, sweetie. Wipe the slobber and the drool from your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Put your eyeballs back into your head and get back to the topic at hand and stop thinking of this woman butt naked with a Wonder Woman
Tiara?
Yeah, tiara on her head.
Yeah.
And the Wonder Woman boots and nothing else.
But she would make a somewhat convincing Amazon. I mean, for one, she does have the body for it. Oh, does she? Anyway,
Put your eyeballs back in your head. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
Two, she's very convincing in her character.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to say something lecherous.
Well, that comes later.
I hate you. I know.
Speaking of Comic-Con news,
Can I ask you, are we ever going to do any one of these shows where you're not slobbering over some model or some model who's a gamer or whatever? Are we ever going to do a show where you don't completely make a jackass out of yourself over some woman with boobs?
No.
Well, I will continue until there are no other ones to talk about, and even then, I'm gonna drag them into the ground if I haven't married them first.
I still
Wait, one of them.
believe if we have an alternate universe where you suddenly woke up one day and found you had titties on your body, you would never leave the house.
yeah, I thought about Vibrator.
I would love to find a universe like that.
Yeah, Comic-Con.
Yes, just giving yourself breast exams for the next millennium. I don't know.
Speaking of Comic-Con news,
But anywho, we were talking about live action versions of. We talked about Rosa Versailles. We talked about Wonder Woman.
Well, we did have a bit of Comic-Con news.
Yeah, we got some Comic-Con.
Which one?
Luc Besson's Return to Science Fiction. He's adapting one of the most famous science fiction comics from the 60s on up, called Valerian, released for 2017. Luc Besson's Returning, based on the great designer Mézières, who knew Mobius, who's more famous here than Mézières. But Lucas stole a lot of Mézières' designs from his books.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't too happy, didn't take legal action, but he was friends with Mobius. Mobius passed on a few years ago. He did a lot of design for Alien, the Jodorowsky Dune movie that never got made. And
the Dune movie, they turned it around.
Him and Mézières worked on Fifth Element together. And
great movie.
I mean, no, but are you done with David Lynch's Dune? Because Jodorowsky was going to do an old documentary about it, and they didn't trust him with the budget, and a lot of it was just really because they didn't like him because he was really avant-garde, and like the studios didn't trust him.
Avant-garde is good, especially these days.
Studios didn't trust him. Most mainstream American studios didn't trust him, but like Orson Welles is going to be in as Harkonnen. Good chunk of the budget was, besides special effects, was feeding him French. Well, he drank 4 bottles of wine a day, and he ate like crazy. That's why it was so big. Was feeding him, and then Salvador Dali was going to play Emperor Shaddam, and they wanted to give him all kinds of weird ass shit, like a giraffe on fire and everything.
I have a question or a thought.
And Mick Jagger was going to play Fiat, that was played by Sting in the David Lynch movie.
Yeah, here's something that I don't understand. Okay, why don't Hollywood, when it comes time to want to make live action versions of our beloved, like superhero characters, movies or whatever, why don't they listen to us? Why don't they, I don't know, basically ask the audience, who would you like to see? Instead of putting, what's the name of that Israeli woman again?
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, and making her Wonder Woman. I'm sure. No disrespect to her, she's probably a great actress. She probably really, really is. But if she doesn't fit the mold of being Wonder Woman, and she doesn't look, like the Amazon that Wonder